Thank you very much for joining in. We have around 50 persons right now around the table, and our next topic will be a double, actually. IATF rules change, but András will talk about it a little bit later. And also András, who is the founder and owner of our company, will talk about the new approach of usage of AI in internal audits. So again, András will be your presenter. András, the stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, hello everyone. My name is András Viktor Szabó. I would say hopefully we don't know each other because I spent 14 years as a certification auditor. But recently in 2018, I joined IATF and I work for external resource witness auditor for IATF. I would give you a very quick overview about the changes in the new certification rules. This is the IATF certification rules 6th edition. Of course, this is a much longer topic. This is just a highlight what changes you have to think about and you have to implement, and I would say consider, because most of them are or most of them need to be implemented by the certification bodies, but you need to know about them. So the certification rules, the 6th edition, is active since the 1st of January this year. So it's mandatory for all certification bodies, and also it is mandated in the introduction part of the certification rules and also in the certification rules itself, when it defines what topics the certification body has to define in a contract with the certified companies. So by these two indication, it is also mandatory for you, for the companies, for the certified companies. So corporate scheme, many of the large organizations have multiple sites, and these multiple sites can be audited in a corporate scheme where you can apply for a quite big reduction in the audit time, audit duration. Earlier it was even bigger. After or above 20 manufacturing sites, it could be up to 40%. Now it is commonly only 15%. So the maximum applicable reduction is 15%. Also, if you have an existing ISO 9001 certificate or a letter of conformance, an earlier letter of conformance, you can upgrade them to an IATF certificate, and the maximum possible reduction in case of such an upgrade is 30%. Very important new rule regarding to the site extensions, that a site extension can be maximum in 10 miles, which is about 16 kilometers from the main manufacturing site, and also it need to be in 60 minutes by car. So this is a quite important change for those companies who have site extensions. If the site extension is more than 10 miles or 16 kilometers or 60 minutes, then it needs to be considered as a standalone manufacturing site and needs to be certified as such. The rules define now the verification time and duration for the non-conformities. It means that for major non-conformities, the auditors have to plan 1 to 3 hours per non-conformity. For the minor non-conformities, 30 minutes to 60 minutes, so half hour or 1 hour per minor non-conformity. For the audit hours, or would say the long days, the so-called long days, an audit day cannot be longer than 10 hours. It means the basic audit day or general audit day is 8 hours, a working day, and it can be extended maximum with 2 hours. It cannot be longer than 10 hours. Very important change, and not only the change, but the possible effects if you don't follow this rule. The surveillance audit frequency cannot be other than 12 months. So only this 12 months or yearly frequency is applicable, and the tolerance changed from -3 plus 1 month to ±3 months. But if you don't keep this tolerance for the surveillance audit, your certificate will be withdrawn. So it means that if you cannot keep, or if you don't keep this tolerance, your certificate will be withdrawn. Audit planning data, audit planning information. Earlier, if you did not, the company, the certified company did not submit the planning data for the auditors before the audit, there was an option that the auditor should have planned 4 hours in advance before the opening meeting to make an on-site planning. This option is not available. It doesn't exist anymore. So the audit planning data must be submitted at least 30 days before the audit. If you don't do that, if you don't submit those planning information, you can lose your certificate. The only exception is the management review. Some of the companies say that, oh, we will not submit our management review because it's confidential and contains a lot of confidential data and so on. If an organization does not submit the management review for planning, then additional 2 hours shall be added to the audit duration. Can you go on? Adam, can you go? Thanks. Okay. Okay, so I just explained the management review issue. Major nonconformities. Well, there are some news regarding to the nonconformity management itself, but especially with the major nonconformities, the new rule says that the organization has to submit an action plan within 15 days. The action plan must contain the evidence of the implemented containment actions, the root cause analysis, and the corrective action plan. This must be submitted within 15 days. And then the auditor has to review and approve this action plan in additional 15 days. And thereafter, the organization can start to implement those actions. And then the rule is the same, that the organization has to close all those actions within 60 days, and the auditor has an additional 30 days to verify them. But major nonconformity verification must be on-site special audit always, but the auditor can agree upon an on-site special audit only if the actions are already implemented, confirmed by the organization, and approved by the auditor. This situation with the open but 100% resolved nonconformities still exists. It means that in some cases, you need to define actions which need longer time than the given 60 days. In this case, if you can prove that with appropriate containment actions, you protect your customers, you protect your organization, the auditor can put those non-conformities in this status, this so-called open but 100% resolved status, and then you can plan longer term actions like purchasing and implementation of new equipment, new machinery, or something like that. In case of such non-conformities, open but 100% resolved non-conformities, these non-conformities must be verified and closed before the next scheduled audit, during a special audit. And a major change is that only one special audit is allowed. If you cannot keep that, if the auditor cannot close the non-conformities, then you will lose your certificate. It will be withdrawn. For special audit, actually, for the special audits, one is what I just explained. The other one is that special audits must be implemented in case of non-conformities, major non-conformities during the audits, or in case of performance complaints by the customers, by the certification body. The decertification process, when you can lose your certificate, can be started because of only two reasons. One reason is if non-conformities appear during the audit, during the surveillance audits or recertification audits, then the decertification process starts, or if there is a customer escalation, a customer complaint, then the decertification process, I would say not regular complaint, but an escalation when you, because of performance problem, get into control chipping level or new business hot situation. In this case, the decertification process starts. If you cannot get out within the given time period, your certificate will be cancelled. A very interesting and important point regarding to the new certificates, a certification audit contains two parts, stage 1 readiness review and stage 2 certification audit. The stage 1 readiness review includes also two parts, which on one hand, it can be 1.5 days to 3 days in duration, and it contains not just a document review, but also a so-called Gemba walk, when the auditors have to collect evidence that the system also works, not just documented. And the stage 1 readiness review must be at least 20 days before the stage 2 certification audits. This is because of this is because of the situations where the stage 1 readiness review was only 1 day before the stage 2 certification audit, and there was no time to review all the documentations. Now the stage 1, after the stage 1 readiness review, all the documentation goes to a technical reviewer, and the technical reviewer makes the decision if the company can go on with the stage 2 certification audit. So it was a very short highlight about the changes. There are a lot of important changes. We can go into details. That is a half-day course when we really go through the new certification rules and discuss all about their new requirements. The next topic, what we would like to show you and what we would like to highlight is the AI-powered internal audits, how AI could be used during the internal audits. I just take over the screen, if you allow me. Okay, all right. So, well, AI is now everywhere. So why? Okay, here is it. AI is now everywhere. We use it in many situations. Of course, we started to use for internal audits as well, because there are tons of information collected during the internal audits. And if we try to use and analyze those data on paper or even in digitalized solutions, where the only difference is that the data are in the system, but it is still not evaluated and in many cases still not analyzed in a way as it possible with AI. So there is no real big differences. But if we want to use the internal audit results and the collected data in a value-added way, it makes sense to use the possible AI tools. What we did actually with a US-based, a Florida-based software company, we developed an AI-powered internal audit tool where we can use also the so-called RAG, which is the retrieval augmented generation or augmented generation. It means that the GPT modules included in the software use not only the informations what you learned to the GPT in advance, but it is also able to go out to different data sources, documents, or even other databases, and can collect data from those sources as well, and combining the previously learned data with the data found in other databases or other sources, and based on those data can create conclusions, results, and so on. So this is what we worked on in the last 6 months, and we already finished the beta testing of the software at different large organizations, multinational organizations, and it is now live. In 4 hours, we can teach your colleagues about the system and go live. And actually, the main purpose or advantage of the AI during the internal audits, that as more data you have, as more audits you conducted, as better conclusions and conclusions you can get out from the system. So this is a real good management tool, because all these data can be analyzed, the trends can be identified, and even forecasts can be made by the system. On this web page, you find more information, but I also show you very quickly what is about the software and how it looks like. I just take over for a sec. And now you should see my screen. Adam, will you confirm if you see my screen?
Confirmed.
Okay. So this is actually the entry screen when someone logs into the system. Here you see your overdue audits and upcoming audits. And here you see a lot of data and trends and status about the different audits and so on. The soul of the program is the automated program generation, because this audit program will be generated based on your auditor resources and based on your audit requirements. Here you see that the program automatically set who has to conduct audits when. How this program will be generated, you have to set up your organization, the site, the production area, the production lines or centers, and the stations. You can define all your audit scopes, what and how, on what area you should audit. You can define all your different shift models. This is a creator, so freely you can create your shifts. This is one of the most complex shifts ever. This is an ongoing so-called Dupont model, 2 12-hour shifts per day and 4 groups working all over the time. So any shift model you can create here, and then you can add all your users. Even with bulk import, you can add also users who are not employees at your organization, and you can set all the roles and responsibilities of those auditors. If you set those resources, you can set the different audit requirements. If it is internal, external, customer requirements, audit type, audit duration. If you set the audit duration here, then the program calculates automatically the possible audits based on the available auditor resources and the audit durations. You can set the rule for the audit planning. It can be different milestone, on-date sequence based on risk matrix like VDA 6.5 or even layered process audit. And then you can create also your audit templates. You can, let's show a new one. You can use different audit questions or audit checklist types. The checklist based, which is a yes, no kind audit. You can also trigger that the mandatory photo is required, mandatory response is required. You can even link questions together. If you say here yes or no, then it can trigger a new question. So you can link multiple questions, and you can add also questions, product audit like questions, but it can be not just product audit, but any where you can add also variable specifications with the tolerance, with measuring technique, and so on. So these are the two types of different templates. I just will show you how it looks like live when I go to this reflector program and I show you my screen.
That means that you will show your mobile phone, right?
Yeah,
Or...
just for a second, I show.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Just to show everyone that it's an application also, it's an application for telephone, and then you can do the audit on the line with your mobile phone with pictures. But I let you on that. Please continue.
Exactly. Actually, this is not an application. You don't need to download and do something like that. It's a web-based system, but it works also offline. I just start an unscheduled audit, like a 5S start. Okay, it's a temperature measurement. Let's say 22. Okay, it's okay. Cleaning tools materials easily accessible. No. Let's say cleaning tools are missing from the workplace. Okay, containment action necessary. Add action. Replace cleaning tools. That's not screening, but replace cleaning tools. Okay, next time my pronunciation will be better. Responsible, deadline. Okay, next page. No, it will be okay. Okay, I just click through because we do not have too much time. And now the audit is ready and it is in the system. Okay, just.
And as you could see there, you can make add photo and you can do a photo if there is a mess or disorganized topic, and it will be uploaded, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can make photos and everything. And what I wanted to show you, if the audit is conducted, you can see all the reports here. And here is this retrieval augmented generation, what I told you, where you can ask, was there any issue with missing cleaning tools? Let's have a look. And on the right, it lists where it happened. And well, here is the report itself where it was a problem. So, but anyway, if you have a lot of data already here, then you can search more and more, and it shows more and more trends and such things. And of course, there is also a basic finding management where you can create containment actions, root cause analysis, and corrective actions with responsibles, dates, and deadlines, and with reporting and reminders and so on. I think I told you or showed you everything. Just go back to the dashboard, and I give back the word to you, Adam,
And
because
also,
we have 2 minutes left for you.
yeah. Oh, no issue. There was a question where to buy this quality AI software in the meantime. So, András?
We are the European reseller of the program, so you can buy at QFD as well, or you can just contact a US-based company. If you have a US headquarter or something like that, they can connect the company directly on the web page as well.
Or just simply write in your QFD.
Exactly. If you write to your
whatever.
QFD contact, we will manage.
Okay, so not too much time. Thank you, András. I just would like to draw the attention for the next upcoming trainings. There will be end of April. I will not, of course, read them out, all of them. Qualification for first and second party auditors. I think it's important if someone would like to be on the 6.3. It's mandatory or it's needed. Core tools also. We are making some formal Q meetings. So these are the next upcoming trainings. But again, this whole video will be available on the website. And lastly, but not least, I would like to mention here that this year again, we will make our conference. By this time, it will be at Kecskemét, where the Hungarian Mercedes-Benz plant is located. And hopefully we will have a nice plant visit also there, right, András? This is the plan.
Yeah.
Mercedes plant tour. So you are we would be more than happy if you could join us on this meeting. Later on, you can scan this QR code. But again, everything is on our website. So it was a question. Yeah, okay, you already answered. Does it work with Android? Yes, it works. Again, do not hesitate to raise the questions. Later on, you can write us. We are here. And this is 1:30. So I think this is the high time to close this meeting. Thank you very much for your attention and have a nice rest of the day.